What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today I have a treat for all of you, and that is a completely free-to-play team for Immortal Mose that can hit that 500 million marker. And this is absolutely wonderful, especially for newer players coming to this game, players that don't have collaboration characters, players that don't have BS or SS, players that have completely crappy luck. You can actually get your 500 million with this team. It's absolutely insane. And we all know that when it comes to Immortal Mose, dot explosion is very, very important on top of shock damage. Now, the cool thing about this team is the first team we're using Xion, who's offering that extra 20% PG rate leadership with the 45% increased attack for yellow fighters. So the first team is going to be surrounded by yellow fighters who actually have the advantage against Immortal Mose. And then the second team is going to be Iori in the leadership with a 60% increase to attack type fighters. And then we're going to be using Mary and Guinness. Again, all of these characters are always in the game. And when you see these builds, you're going to be like, damn. So let's take a look at Xion. So Xion, of course, has the dot explosion. We are running the Akane set. Look at his imprint stones, guys. None. He has 0 imprint stones, my friends, which is crazy. And here's the dot explosion right here. For those of you that don't know what it is, whenever you see this deal 2 times or 3 times remaining whatever certain type of dot effect to the target, and then they remove it after a critical hit, that's dot explosion. And he does have max capsules, at least at level 40. I could go a little higher, but I really don't even need to. And then we have Pretty Zero. Now, Pretty Zero does have max capsules. She is level 50. And I am running the Leah set on her. The Leah set's actually really good for her because she actually has long cooldowns on her active skills. And having the Leah to be able to proc her skills more often is actually going to help quite a bit. And then for the imprint stones, look at this. I got 2 imprint stones. This first stone isn't even as good as a stone from the regular Immortal dungeons. The regular Immortal dungeon would give you, let's see if we can find one here, would give you HP. And then for her, it doesn't matter because she doesn't have any kind of dot effect. And then you want to increase to attack type fighter stone here. So let me see if we got one here. Attack, attack, attack. We have no attack stones here. There we go. So a stone like this would be amazing for her. Or if you have the double attack from Guild Raid, that would be also amazing. But the HP stone would be really good. You could just have all attack stones for her. Yeah, I don't even think you need a PG stone, to be perfectly honest. In fact, I know you don't need it, even though she has a 5 PG card, and she does have 15% PG rate, and with Shion's leadership, that's 35% PG rate. And Pretty Zero is your main damage dealer. She's absolutely freaking wonderful for this. And then we have Orochi Chris, a character that I wanted to show off for a long time. And Chris is actually a boss fighter too, by the way. So that's something to keep in mind, guys. Like, if you are using BS Orochi's leadership would actually apply to Chris. So, yeah, that's pretty nuts. And then Chris has 30% PG rate in his core. So with Shion's leadership, that's 50% PG rate, my friends. And there's that dot explosion right there. So we got 2 characters with dot explosion. All of them are yellow. And then I am running the Akane set. And imprint stones, no imprint stones. So I have no imprint stones in Xion, no imprint stones on Orochi Chris. I have 2 imprint stones on Pretty Zero, which aren't even optimal. Her last stone is it's a good stone, but I've tested this stone and it's good, but it's not as good as, say, HP stone with attack or double attack stone. And then for Iori here, now, Iori is built really, really well. I do have double attack stones on all of his slots. So, I mean, he is jacked up. But I've tested HP stones versus double attack. And the double attack do more damage. But the HP stones still are amazing and would actually help his survivability. So, if you're just using HP with attack stones for him, slap him on him. It doesn't matter what kind of dot effect they have because he doesn't have any dot effect. And then I am running the Akane set. And you really want to run his 3 PG card. I think that makes your life a whole lot easier. Again, these are always available in the game, my friends. And then we have another character that I wanted to show off for a long time but never got the chance, and now I do. And here's the best part. I'm even going to show off the Mad Tea Party set. Now, why would we want to show this off? Well, the first thing I want you guys to notice is that the 3PG that I'm using is only at level 25, skill level 1. It's not even completely maxed out. I'm running the Mad Tea Party set. Now, Mad Tea Party set is actually pretty cool because you did get increased attack for one card, and then you get increased critical damage and crit rate for the other two, but you get this increased critical rate by 8% and deals an additional damage equal to 220% of attack upon landing a critical hit. And that's really important for Mary. And she does have 15% PG rate, but she has this chill damage, right? So she's just going to do some extra damage from the Mad Tea Party set, which is actually really good. And the reason this set's really good for her is because she gets this increased damage by 30% on critical hit. The Mad Tea Party set's just going to buff up her damage a lot because she's going to be doing a lot more critical hits, which is great. And she has a 3BG, no capsules, my friends, and no imprint stones. Yeah, a gold border character getting it done, my friends. Yeah, pretty freaking insane. And then we have Guinness, and everybody knows about Guinness. And here's the best part about Guinness, guys. I just used 2 imprint stones on him. I didn't even use all 3 that I have available. I used 2. So multiple characters that are not fully optimized at all, that are completely free in the game, that are always available in the game. And I'm running the Leah set. And I am running his default finisher. You could run his 3PG if you want. I always like to run Guinness's default because it's just a much longer animation. And a lot of times at 3PG, it seems like you're not able to stall the timer as long, because what'll happen is you'll do that short 3PG, and then all your other characters will do their 3PGs, and by the time you get back around to Guinness, they'll just do his 3PG again. You want him to do his default as often as possible, and the Leah set's just really great for him because it's just going to help him do more damage, and I ran out of Akane. If I had another Akane set, I would have slapped it on Guinness. So you have 2 imprint stones on Guinness. You have no imprint stones on Mary. You have, you know, a really well-built Iori. I mean, really, Iori's the only one that's really super well-built. Xion, no imprint stones. You know, Pretty Zero, you know, 2 imprint stones. 1 that's just giving her 5% attack. Orochi Chris, no imprint stones. Just insane. So let's jump into the action and let's rock and roll. So a little tidbit of information for you guys. I did this run 1 time. I didn't even have to do this 20 million times. So we start out with Xion, we run through his skills, then we switch to Pretty Zero, run through her skills, we check on Orochi Chris, make sure he's doing his skills. And the beautiful thing about this is, because we got 2 dot exploding characters in Xion and Chris, we're going to be stunning the living hell out of Immortal Mose, which means he's just going to be sitting there doing nothing while we build up our PG much easier because we're not getting interrupted by his attacks. It's so awesome, and all of these characters are yellow. They all have the type advantage. The fact that Chris has got that 30% PG rate is so massive, my friends. It's so massive. But you mainly want to play Pretty Zero. She's your main damage dealer on this team. You're really just relying on Xion and Chris to do a dot explosion and maybe the 3PG from Xion, but that's about it. And just imagine how well we could do if I had a PG rate on Stone on Xion. Then we'd get an extra 8% PG rate. That would give us a total of 28% PG rate with his leadership, since he doesn't have any PG rate in his core. It actually made it a lot easier to build up his PG, so you could do that 3PG, which would be very important because his 3PG is actually a very long animation, and that helps a lot to stall the timers in these Immortal dungeons. Get him, Chris. And Chris, he'll do his skills over and over and over because of the PG rate that he has in his core. Just absolutely insane. Now, this is a long skill. I mean, look at the damage, guys. Look at that damage. It's just flying off. These are by characters that are not optimally built. All free-to-play characters that we always have available in the game. Look at them go, man. They're destroying this thing, right? And on the second team, I am using Mary. You could switch out Mary for Swimsuit K, who actually also has Burn Explosion. The thing about K is, I mean, he does have a 3PG, right? But it's a short 3PG. That's why Mary's a little bit better, because she has a longer 3PG animation, and she has that 30% critical damage. She just deals a bit more damage, and plus she has the chill explosion. So I think she's actually a better candidate than Swimsuit K, but K would work. He is a green attack. He would benefit from Iori's leadership. And whenever you're playing this team, notice what I'm doing. I'm mainly using Iori. He is the yellow fighter. He's got the type advantage. I've mentioned this in previous videos where I'm just spamming his skills, and Guinness too. And just imagine how well I'd have done if I would have had Guinness's all of his imprint stones on him, right? Just imagine if Mary had imprint stones on her. Although that's not a... I wouldn't recommend putting imprint stones on Mary in all honesty. You're going to find that you're probably not going to use her all that much. Probably mainly for this one, maybe for Immortal Nyx. But man, she really is amazing. And it's actually pretty awesome to show off a gold border character here. This is actually pretty damn cool to see a gold border character getting it done in the Immortal dungeons. It's awesome, my friend. And look at her going. She's stunning the piss out of Immortal Mose. I love it. And I'm just alternating between all of these characters, making sure they're running through their skills. Let's go, let's go. And what I want to do now is I want to have a default ready for Guinness. There we go. And now we're going to spam Iori's skills. Come on, come on. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's do it. We almost got it. Thank you, Mary. And look at her. She's got that nice long 3PG herself. Look at her go. Nice. And boom. Look at that, guys. Down to the wire. 500 million with a completely free-to-play team. Multiple characters with no imprint stones on them. Having a gold border character on the team. Freaking amazing, my friends. So hopefully this will help some of you out there that don't have BS characters, SS characters, that don't have collab cards. And I stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT+7 time, Sunday through Thursday. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.